Alright, this book is called Simone Biles, Olympic Gymnast by Katie Lajiness. So this is one of our nonfiction books. So this is going to be a lot of our nonfiction text features that we're going to go through. So we're going to explore our nonfiction text features first with our table of contents. So our table of contents will help us turn quickly to a page that maybe we want to learn more about. So maybe we want to learn more about her as an Olympic star. So we would turn to page 22. So I can let you go ahead and find that. And then maybe you want to learn about her early years. So we would turn to page 6. So our table of contents is really to help us find something quickly. So that's starting our heading says Olympic star. So I think we're going to find out a little bit about this Olympic star. Simone Biles is a famous gymnast. In 2016, Simone won 4 gold medals. I think that's a key word, at the Olympics. She has won more world titles than any other female gymnast in history. People consider Simone one of the greatest gymnasts of all times. So I can look over at the snapshot. Her name is Simone Ariane Biles. She was born, her birthday is March 14th, 1997. Her birthplace, where she was born, is Columbus, Ohio. She turned professional in 2015. Olympic medals won, 4 gold, 1 bronze, and championships, U.S. national championships, and world national championships. So snapshot, it's like a picture. It's like really quickly what you can see about her. Our heading of the early years. Simone Ariane Biles was born in Columbus, Ohio on March 4th, 1997. Simone's mother was unable to care for Simone and her siblings. For a while, Simone spent time with other families in foster homes. So where in the world? So this shows our map, which is another one of our nonfiction text features, and it zooms in on the United States and into Ohio, which is where she was born, and that little dot shows the city of Columbus of where she was born. So you can see all the other states that border, meaning surround, around where she lived. Heading of family ties. In 1999, Simone and her younger sister, Adria, went to live with Ronald and Nellie Biles in Spring, Texas. When Simone was 6, the couple adopted the 2 girls. They called Ronald and Nellie Mom and Dad. So here there's a little interesting box. Did you know? So these are some fun facts. Nellie Biles is from Belize, so Simone is a citizen of both the United States and Belize. Belize is a country in South America. So this is a photograph of her mom and dad, Ronald and Nellie. So Ronald and Nellie Biles are Simone's grandparents, but she considers them to be her parents. So that she adopted, or Ronald and Nellie adopted Simone and her sister. So that caption is explaining what's going on in the photograph, so we know who those people are. Starting out. As a child, Simone was always bouncing around and doing flips. At age 6, she began gymnastics classes. 2 years later, Coach Amy Borman noticed Simone's talent. She began coaching Simone. So let's look at that first photograph. It will help us understand what we just read. Using our captions, it will help us understand what's in our photograph. Simone and Coach Amy, to the right, are very close. Amy knows when to give Simone a break. She also knows when to push Simone harder. That's what a coach does. Simone was the first student Amy coached to the Olympic level. So you can see a picture on page 11 of her doing a flip. And that also explains how Simone was always bouncing around and doing flips. That helps us understand our reading, our photographs, helps us understand what we're reading. As Simone's talents grew, she spent most of her time at the gym. She trained hard and continued to learn new gymnastic skills. Simone competed, that's a key word, and won many junior gymnastics events. So if I look over to the page 13, it will show me winning her events. So won many junior events, so that's what that shows. That little orange box. Did you know in 2013 Simone became the first African American all-around world champion? And then let's look on page 13. We see one photograph on the top which help us understand our reading of how many she won many junior gymnastics events. In 2012, Simone was the U.S. secret gymnastics competition all-around champion. So that shows us that picture. And then on the bottom, shows us many gymnasts wear grips to protect their hands. I wonder why they wear those grips to protect their hands. I'll let you think about that for a little bit. Maybe you can share with whoever with your reading of why you think that they would have those grips. How would they need to protect their hands? So I'm sure you came up with something that, they have their hands on the bar, so it protects their hands, that chalk. Big dreams. Simone wanted to be the best gymnast in the world. She trained about 32 hours each week. Coach Amy and Simone also made time for Simone to have fun outside the gym. Did you know Simone started homeschooling when she was 13? A tutor worked with her between gymnastics practices. So that means she didn't go to school. She had somebody that came to her to teach her. That photograph. Let's look at their faces for a little bit. What is that photograph telling us? Looks like they're really thinking about something. Maybe they're talking about a move that she just did. Sometimes Simone had to make hard decisions in order to reach her dreams. She gave up many things to train for the Olympics. So that's why it's explaining how she trained about 32 hours each week and that she wanted to be the best gymnast in the world. So she really had to give up some things, probably like hanging out with friends, going out a lot. So she was a lot of the times in the gym. 32 hours is a long time. All-around superstar is our heading. Simone continued to win gymnastics competitions. Another keyword. She won 3 straight world titles and 4 U.S. national championships. Another keyword. As of 2016, Simone had won 14 world medals, and she hadn't lost an all-around competition since 2013. Wow, that's a lot. She did not lose at all. That's 14. That's a lot. So let's look at these first photographs. Her first with her and her braces. So in 2013, Simone traveled to Belgium. She won the all-around competition at the FIG World Championships. So that shows her winning at the FIG World Championships. So that caption helps us understand that photograph. In the top one of the green border, in 2014, Simone won gold at the FIG World Championships in China. And the bottom one, in 2015, the FIG World Championships were in Scotland. Simone won another gold medal. So it explained to us in our reading on page 16 that she won 14 world medals. So this, in our photographs and our captions, it explains a little bit more detail of which ones she won and when. Team training. In July 2016, Simone was chosen to be part of the U.S. Women's Olympic Gymnastics team. Her teammates were Gabby Douglas, Lori Hernandez, Madison Cochin, and Ali Raceman. They spent the next few months training together with Team USA coach Martha Corrali. So did you know Simone lives an hour away from Coach Martha's training center? So this shows a picture or photograph on page 19 of her coach. Coach Martha has participated in 11 Olympics. Coach Martha's training center is in Huntsville, Texas. The national team trains there once a month. So turn to page 20. Rio Olympics is our title, or is our heading. Olympic competition began on August 3rd, 2016 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. All 5 U.S. team members performed well. They earned a team score of 184.897, but Simone was the star. Her scores helped the team earn a gold medal. After the team won, they called themselves the Final 5. They chose the name to honor Coach Martha. This is the last time Martha will coach the U.S. Olympic team. So not her coach Amy, this was the Olympic coach, Martha. And I see 4 keywords on that page. Wow, that's a lot. So that shows a picture of the 5 of them with their medals. When the final five won the gold, it was the first time the U.S. women won the team competition in 2 straight Olympics. Wow. Olympic stars are heading. 2 days later, Simone was in the individual all-around competition. She scored a 15.933 on her floor routine. That was the highest score of the night. Simone won her second gold medal by more than 2 points. Wow. Did you know, in all-around competition, gymnasts perform in all events. For women, these are balance beam, floor exercise, uneven bars, and vault. So those are the four events that they participate in. And I see 2 keywords on that page. Let's look at this photograph. Maybe it'll help us understand what she was doing and how she got all these great scores. Simone is 4 feet 9 inches, 1.5 meters tall. Her small size allows her to easily perform many flips and tumbles. So this caption helps me understand why the author included this photograph, which is she's doing her flips. So it shows me that she's doing flips and tumbles and how it's easier for her to maybe do them because she is shorter. Simone continued her dominance at the Olympics. She won a gold medal in the vault. Then, Simone earned a bronze medal on the balance beam. During her last event, she flipped her way to a gold medal on her floor exercise. So this is a photograph of her carrying the flag. So this caption is going to explain why that honor is really important and why it is an honor to carry the flag and what and where. Simone was chosen to carry the American flag at the Olympics closing ceremony. So only one athlete in the per country can carry that flag. Outside the gym. When Simone is in training, she spends time with her family. On Sundays, the Biles family attends church. Simone also represents many products. She has appeared in advertisements for many companies. Did you know Simone's first book, Courage to Soar, was released in 2016? So this photograph, let's read the caption, maybe it'll help us understand it. In 2016, Simone became part of Team Kellogg's. She promoted Kellogg's products alongside other Olympic athletes. Buzz is our heading. After the 2016 Olympics, Simone will be part of a gymnastics tour. The Olympic team will perform in 36 cities around the United States. Then she plans to take a year off from gymnastics. Fans hope she will take part in the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, Japan. They are excited to see what's next for Simone Biles. I think she is going to be performing in the 2020 Olympics, which is this summer. So they are coming up. Let's look at this photo. In 2016, the Final Five visited the Empire State Building. This is in New York City, New York. It is one of the tallest buildings in the United States. So that helps us understand what's going on in the photograph, where they're taking it. So this next page shows a glossary. So a lot of those keywords you can flip to the glossary in a book, and especially in a nonfiction book, and it will tell you the definitions of those words. It's kind of like our words to know when we're doing our small group. The author also includes a website that you can go to learn more about Olympic biographies, maybe more about Simone Biles. And then there's also an index. So an index is kind of like our table of contents. We haven't gone over what an index is. But an index shows us what subjects we can find on which page. So if we want to learn more about, let's think, about Gabby Douglas, we can turn to page 18, 20, 21, or 29. So that's one of the other gymnasts. If we want to learn more about Amy Borman, which was her coach, we could turn to page 10, 11, and 14. So she is mentioned in those. So I hope you learned a little bit about Simone Biles and maybe a little bit more about our nonfiction text features such as photographs and captions and headings, table of contents, index, glossary, and how they help us as readers and how they help us understand what we are reading. I also chose this book because we were reading about gymnastic or Olympics in our whole group reading this week. So I hope you learned something about Simone Biles. Maybe you want to learn more about her. And you can go to different websites or maybe Google her. So I hope you have a good rest of your night. You have sweet dreams, and I will see you in the morning.